welcome back to another 30-minute runner specific Pilates workout. As usual, you just need yourself and a mat, and if you've got any injuries or niggles that don't feel right, please always feel free to adapt the session, sit out of some of the reps and pause for more breaks if necessary. But we will jump straight in. So we're going to start standing up. We want our feet hip width apart and we want our nice Pilates posture. So that means scooping our abdominals to the back of the spine, nice long neck, soft knees, and we're thinking about that Pilates breath. So inhaling and expanding the rib cage and exhaling through the mouth. And we're just going to start with some nice big shoulder rolls. Take them really nice and wide, right up to the ears. Get rid of all our clicks. And then change direction. Remembering that breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then take it into some arm circles. Be aware if any one side feels more tight than the other. And be sure to do a few extra on that side. Keep on top of your mobility. And change direction again. Still squeezing those abdominals to the back of the spine. Last one, and drop down. Take those arms out to the side. I really want you to think about keeping your hip bones facing towards the front, and it's just the top part of the spine that's going to move. So as we exhale, keeping those shoulders down, rotating over to one side, keeping those hip bones to the front because we're squeezing our abdominals so tight. Inhale back through the center. And exhale, over to the other side. One more each side. Good. And exhale. Back to the center and bring those hands down. We're going to go into our Pilates squats and the hands again above the head. So keep the feet hip width apart, weight through the heels, and we're just sending the bum back. So keep those shoulders down and squeeze at the top, glutes nice and tight, and back. Good. We've got 3 more here. I knew that ankle click would come at some point. Apologies if you could hear that. Good, last one, we're going to hold it, and I just want you to pulse. Good, bum back. Keep that chest up, shoulders down. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze at the top. We're going to go into some reverse lunges, and then we're going to rotate over that knee that is forward. So we're going to take it back, rotate over towards the knee, back through the center, and stand up over to the other side. Take it nice and slow. Make sure you've got your balance. Back through the center and up. Good. She says as she's falling. Good. This time we're going to take it back, arms go above the head, and I just want you to pulse. So we're just sending that knee down to the mat. Good. Keep that core engaged. Keep breathing. Getting the legs warmed up. And switching sides. Deep breaths. Shoulders down, core tight. And relax back up. Good. We're going to work on our single leg balance. We did this on a few workouts back. So we're going to do basically some RDLs, and we're going to reach forward as we do it. So we're really working on that ankle mobility. Okay, so we're going to reach forward, nice soft knee but strong legs. Extend that leg behind us and control it back up, switching sides. Nice and slow and controlled. Reach forward and up. We're just going to do one more each side. Getting into those hamstrings. Good, last one. and control back up. Coming to the back of our mat, we're going to do big reach, and then we're going to roll down the spine one vertebrae at a time. Relax at the bottom, and then slowly start to walk the hands one at a time to in a nice high plank position. We're just going to hold it here. Press the floor away, squeeze the core nice and tight. Inhale and exhale. And again. And then gently drop the knees down, take them nice and wide. Send the bum back to the heels. Walk the hands forward and take a nice stretch. And then we're going to come down onto our forearms. So we've got our knees bent underneath us, still about hip width apart, and you can either clasp the hands or take them flat on the floor. We're going to put the weight into the right leg, and we're going to send that left leg back up towards the ceiling. Again, we're going to keep the back nice and flat. We don't want to arch and drop. We're keeping it supported by squeezing our abdominals. And then we draw it back in and kick back up. Good. So we're really lengthening that leg, squeezing into the glute, remembering to breathe. Good. We've got 2 more on this leg. We're going to hold it at the top, and from here I want you to just pulse that leg up and down. Again, we're not letting that back arch. It is just the leg and the glute muscle moving. That's 3, 2, 1, and relax that leg back down. Coming back up on to all fours, we're hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We are going to go with the same leg. We're going to just kick that leg out to the side. So we're really using those oblique muscles to steady us. And again, we are getting into those glutes today. And take it out. Good, just 3 more here. Last 2. And last 1. And return that leg back in. Drop the head and arch the spine. And then exhale, bring the chest up towards the wall. 1 more each way. And then come back to a nice flat back before we come down back onto our forearms for the right side. So we're going to kick that right side back up, core tight, and then back in line with the knee. And extend. Good, really squeeze those abdominals. Deep breaths. Good, we've got 3 more here. Last one, we're going to hold it up and then we pulse. Deep breaths. Good, last 3, 2, and return that leg back in. Coming back up onto the hands and knees, and we're kicking that right leg out to the side. So again, really using those oblique muscles to steady us. Take that knee as far out to the side as we can. Core nice and tight. Remembering to breathe. It does make it a bit easier if we breathe. Good. With We've got 2 more here. Neck in line with the spine. Last one. And relax that leg back down. Send the bum back to the heels and walk those hands forward. Big inhale and exhale. And then coming back up onto all fours. Nice flat back. We're going to extend opposite arm and leg, making sure those hip bones are facing the mat still. And from here, we're just going to slightly raise the leg and arm at the same time. Really testing our core stability. Don't let those hip bones roll around. Last one. And back in, straight over to the other side. Extend. Again, make sure that hip bone is facing the mat before we lift. Last 2. And return back in. We're going to go straight back over onto the left leg. So we're going to draw the knee up towards the chest, really round the spine, and then we're going to extend it back behind in a nice straight line. So we round, draw in, squeeze those abdominals, and then lengthen, nice flat back. Good. We've got 3 more. Last 2. Really thinking about those hip bones facing the mat. Last one. And return back in, straight over to the right side, extend. Like I said on the intro, if at any point you need to pause and just take a bit more rest, that is totally fine. And I very much encourage you to do so if it feels like too much, because we definitely want to focus on form rather than just getting all the reps in when we're not doing them properly. Good, 2 more this side. Last one. And extend. And then draw the knee back in. Again, just draw up the head, arch the spine, and then exhale, bring that chest up. And then come to a nice neutral spine. Now we're going to do some plank variations. Again, there's always options here. So we're going to step it back into a full plank. If that feels like enough for you at this stage, I just want you to stick with your full plank. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, we are going to go straight into side planks. But I want you to take them really nice and slowly. So we step it back into our full plank, core tight, press the floor away, and then we're just going to rotate around. Take that arm up towards the ceiling, and then gently back through the middle, nice and controlled. Switch to the other side. Again, make sure this underneath hip is lifted. Back through the center. Good. We have just got 1 more. On the other side. Back through the center, and then drop those knees nice and wide. Send the bum back to the heels, and walk those hands forward. And then back up onto all fours. I want you to take your knees a bit further back. You can cross the feet if you'd like, keep the knees a bit wider, it's totally up to you. But we're going to do some press up practice, but get into the triceps and chest. I was going to say triceps. So keeping those elbows locked in, we're just going to take ourselves down and then press the floor away. If that's too much for you, just stay down at the bottom. So come down, relax, and then press up with the help of the floor. So whatever you've got the strength to do today, we've got 3 more here. Keep the core nice and tight, press that floor away. Last 2. Good, last 1. And again, just send the bum back to the heels, walk the hands forward, and then coming back up. Spin yourself around so we are on to our backs. Nice flat back, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor, and the knees are up to the ceiling. And we're going to take the hands behind the head. We're going to lift up. I want you to stretch that underneath leg, and if you can, lift. So we're in a 90-degree angle here. I'm just going to switch, extend and lengthen the legs away, making sure the middle part of the back is flat on the mat and it's not going to move. Keep breathing, elbows right out to the side. You can either stay with this, or if you want to take it a bit further, we're going to twist, elbow to knee, and switch. Exhale. Good. Making sure we're breathing. We've just got 1 more each side. And relax back down, hug the knees to the chest, and just rock from side to side. And then we're going to take the legs up towards the ceiling. I want you to rotate so the heels are together, so you're turning out the legs, and the head, neck and shoulders are lifting up. From here we're just going to flutter the feet so the elbows, so the ankles are coming towards each other. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can start to lower the legs, but I want you to make sure that back is flat on the mat, it's not moving. I'd rather your legs be right up towards the ceiling and that back is not lifting at all. So we need to keep breathing in through the nose and exhale. 10 more seconds here. That's 3, 2, 1, and relax. Hug the knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Hands again back where they have been, behind the head. We're going to take the knees up into tabletop, but then I want you to drop the knees out to the side, and it is the toes that are together. So we've got a nice V shape here. We're going to lift up the head, neck and shoulders. We're just going to put 1 toe down and back up, and breathe. If you want to keep the head, neck and shoulders on the mat, that is absolutely fine. Again, as long as that back is staying flat on the mat, the option is there. So we exhale as the toes lower, inhale to come up. Making sure we're breathing. Good, now we're going to bring the heels together and drive them towards our bum, and then extend the legs, so we're still keeping that turn out. Good, so the knees come out, the feet come towards the body, and we extend, so we are really getting into those inner thighs. We've got 3 more here. Keep those elbows right out to the side, back flat on the mat. Last 2. Last 1. And relax. Hug those knees to the chest. That is nice and tough. And then stretch out the body nice and long. Bring the arms back down, and then bring those feet back up towards the body. Hands by the side. We're just going to go into our glute bridges, so we're going to start by rolling up the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. So the weight's in the shoulders. Pause at the top, keep squeezing, and then rolling back down, one vertebra at a time. Good, and reset at the bottom, and scoop back up. Good. Hips are nice and high. And slowly roll down. We've got another 3 here. Really think about each vertebrae hitting the mat nice and high without overextending the spine. We're squeezing those glutes. Good, keep those shoulders relaxed. And slowly back down. We're going to hold it at the top of this next one. So we roll up. Hips nice and high, squeezing those glutes. From here, I want you to up the tempo slightly, and we're going to go halfway down for pulses. So we come down and fire back up. Good. Really squeeze. Good. We've got 6 more here. Last 3, 2, hold at the top, and then slowly roll back down the spine. Good work. We're going straight back up, rolling up, 1 vertebra at a time. From here, I want you to draw the knees together, so it feels a bit strange rolling them in, and then take them ever so slightly further than hip width apart. So keeping the hips the same height, we're really squeezing these glutes. We're drawing the knees in and out. Remember to breathe. In and out. Good. Keep the hips really nice and high and the glutes are burning. Last 2. Last 1. Back through the centre, and then slowly roll back down. Make sure you give the knees a good hug to the chest and rock from side to side. We're going to take knees over to one side, stretch out the glutes. Look over to this side. Exhale. And then back through the centre and over to the other side. Exhale, looking over that shoulder. And then back through to the centre. We are going to go for the double leg stretch here. If that feels too much, then I want you to go back into this position and with the pulse and deep breaths. If you feel like you can go a bit further, we're going to hug the knees to the chest and then extend both arms and legs away. So we hug, exhale as we stretch. Good, make sure that back is flat on the mat. We've got 2 more here. Nice challenging core workout. Last one. And relax. Hug the knees to the chest. And just rock from side to side. And then we're going to roll onto our sides. And we're going to go back into some side planks. But here we're going to go with bent legs. So just shuffle the feet back so the hips are stacked on top of each other and we are on our forearm. And we're just going to press up. Really lift this underneath hip and back down, keeping out lifted out of the shoulder. Good, send the hips up, nice stretch over and down. Good, 2 more here. And last one, really reaching. And control back down. Bringing those knees slightly further forward so our feet are in line with our bum, and again we're still lifting up out that shoulder. We're just going to go into our clams, so keeping those hip bones stacked, take that knee up and back down. Good. Core nice and tight. Good. Doesn't matter how much the knee opens up, as long as those hips stay on top of each other, it doesn't matter. And one side may feel like there's a bit more movement than the other. Again, it's completely normal. It's just good to be aware of these slight imbalances, but don't try drive it round. We're not getting anything from that. Keeping the hips stacked, nice and controlled. Good, we're going to hold it up on this one, and then I'm going to take it down and back up for half pulses. Core tight, really squeeze those glutes. Breathe. Good. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Switching up sides, we're going to go straight over onto the other side. Again, just shuffle the legs back a bit. We're lifting up out of the shoulder and we're sending the hips up and control back down. Drive up and down. Good. Really reach. We've got 2 more here. Good, last one. Drive the hips up and back down. Shuffle the knees slightly further forward, feet in line with the bum, straight into our clams. It's our last exercise. Drive those knees up. We're lifting up at the shoulder. We don't want to sit down into it. Hips are stacked. We're squeezing those abdominals still. Good. Two more here, and then we're going to hold and go for our half pulses. Hold it up and pulse. Don't let those hips roll around. Breathe. Good. I know this one burns. We are almost there. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax back down. Good work. Coming up on to our front, we're going to step up back into a downward dog. So toes hip width apart, pressing up, press the ground away. And we're going to do a few foot pedals here. Stretch out the calves. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Drop the head. We're going to work into our hamstrings. So I want you to come up with a nice straight back, soft knees, and then drop back down. And again, straight back, drop. 2 more here. Good, just stretching out those hamstrings. Last one. Drop the head. And slowly roll up. 1 vertebra at a time. Lift those hands above the head. Take a nice side bend. Back up through the center. Over to the other side. Back through the center. Drop the hands down and give yourself a shake. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that Pilates workout, and I will see you on another one. I hope you enjoy all of this week's running, and I'll see you soon.